So hello everyone, and welcome back to HOR round 15 of season 15, and it is me, Jensen, who's going to be taking you through tonight's qualifying and race action. Unfortunately by myself, because yeah, no one else wanted to join me. But yeah, it should be some good racing here tonight as Darragh leaves the session for some reason. But yeah, we're entering the business end of the season now. We've got Tom and Aiden fighting for the championship, and Darragh's been retired as well by the game. So already that's his qualifying over, it does seem. Quickly get the stream up. But anyways, we see some cars coming out on track, and Cameron Dowdsey is going for the last first. As so with probably a few other drivers, but we have Ron out on track. He'll be the first one to go out on his out lap. Maybe start the lap. Let's see, anyone else following suit? Don't look like it with a few on their out lap, but most of them actually staying in the pits. It seems like they're slowly coming out on track, as Macho is over the back of Ron here, and I don't know what this is going to do. It's probably going to give Ron a penalty. No, doesn't seem like it. Like it might be because they're on out laps, but we will see. Still looking like you see the McLaren helmet in the Alfa Romeo. Right helmet for the wrong car, I've already say. But we're coming to the end of the lap. We're about to see the start of a few laps. It looks like Ron will be the first to start a flying lap to see how they bunch up for their flying laps as they're heating the tyres using the brakes all the way through the lap. Macho backing off just that little bit more, so it's going to be Ron who'll be starting the lap first to see what he does. We'll go on board with him. As he comes out the final corner, not too bad an exit. Doesn't really matter too much the exit out there, could possibly cost you a tenth if you get it a little bit out of shape. But if you come into turn one, hits the apex, doesn't take the wide line, he narrowly misses the apex and then through turn 2. You're going to ride these apexes through the S's here. As Ron, how would he take this one? It's usually flat out the air at the end of the S's, very easily for Ron. And we should get some telemetry up as well. So 31.1, sector 1. It's not too bad. It's only a bank of laps in it, so definitely plenty more pace to come the remainder of the qualifying session. But we do know that Cameron and Darragh are definitely not getting pole in this qualifying. They'll be starting most likely both on the back row. But Ron only misses the apex in the second entry of Spoon. He comes up to the second sector split at 10.2. That is probably looking for a mid to high 26 here as he comes into the final chicane. He missed the apex entirely, and it's a little bit tentative on the throttle there, but it's a high 26, so 26.8 open up the session, and we'll see what is the last on the next lap. It's Keke at 26.5. Macho, he crosses the line at 0.3. goes in real quicker. Hello, Luca Rapassa. And he goes up and splits Macho and Keke. Indeed, let's see what the Aston Martin of Tom. So that's 11.1 split. This has probably been a mid-27, high 27s. As he crosses the line now, it's a 27.7. Puts himself P5. We have Tombo. He's about to come across the line. Championship contender, and it's a 0.6 for him. The Mercedes of Nick, 45.9. So looks like he's just opened up another lap. The Ferrari of George, who's starting a lap here. Let's see if anyone else is on their laps with Alex. Doesn't look like he's on a particularly fast lap at the moment. Yeah, looks like everyone else on outlaps, more or less. As Alex peers off to the pits. Yeah, but it sure looks like everyone else is on outlaps or in-laps. No flying laps at the moment, apart from George. Let's see what he does in Sector 1. We've seen his trend of results be improving. His 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, I think. So, going off that, should get P2 today, but it's a very competitive, tight grid tonight. And he's backed off that one, so he will not be saying anything at the moment. You see the AlphaTauris, then we've got Buller. And look, very, very nice through spoon there. Let's see what he could do. Coming up to the Casio Triangle in a moment's time. And he's about on par with Ron, I'd say. If he gets his final chicane right, he definitely put himself ahead of Ron, maybe competing with Tom as well. Let's see what he does. Didn't look too bad. There we go, it is 0.8 and he only goes just below Ron. Does Bullajat, and yours Cecilia 28.4, and he only put himself behind Nick with that time. And we'll just quickly see, we've got Larry, Zay, those two on flying laps. Just quickly look for Larry here, and he's a 10.6, who should put himself in between Jat and Tom. And he does 27.7 for Sean Larry. Good look for Zay now. His first HR race here at Japan, and see how he does in Sector 2 here. He compares to the rest. It's a 31.2 first split. Going to Sector 2, probably going to be on the same lines as Larry, and he definitely looks like it. And Matcha gets 5th place grid pen for blocking, and I think that's him and Ron doing that once again. So there will be a lobby restart. But there goes A, he goes just behind Larry, only 17 milliseconds behind, in fact. If Pelly on the outlap as well, if everyone's on the outlap, so I don't think there's anyone on a flying lap at the moment. They're all outlaps or in-laps. Quickly look for whoever's about to start one. Was in the pits, in-lap. Who's that McLaren up there? Is that Pelly? So Pelly will be the next driver to start a flying lap. As he prepares the tyres to slow down, and here we go. Opens up the chicane, he touches the marble, so it might take away a bit of grip. That might compromise the exit, but doesn't seem to have bothered him too much as he comes down into turn 1. In that McLaren, obviously McLaren in real life, last time at Suzuka, 2nd, 3rd I think. And he's made a mistake there, he lost the back end I think. The grip just left him and off onto the grass, but he's carried on as Pelly. Let's see what impact that has in Sector 1 to him. And yeah, he's over a second down, so it's not a great start to this lap for Pelly, but surely better ones to come for him. And as you clearly see, I think Macho is on a flying lap. If that is Macho or not the other Alfa Romeo car, but he's invalidated. The lap is not going to happen. Just look for the other Aston Martin. He's 200ths down in Sector 1. So not too bad. He's keeping well with his previous time. I see Ron as well. He is directly behind the Aston Martin. Let's see what he can do also. But it's looking very compact to the top there. It's 3 tenths at the moment. We're yet to see better times. I'd say it's definitely going to be into the low 26s. If it gets to the 25s, then they really are cooking. But at the moment, we're in the mid to low 26s so far. And Ron is picking up a little slipstream off Macho here. Cheeky little slipstream. 3 tenths up through Sector 2. This is good. If he gets a good... Oh, Macho almost loses it and crashes into the wall there. How bad that would have been. But here comes Ron. This looks like a good lap for Ron. Where's this going to put him? It cuts him to the top. It puts him to the top. Ron with a 26.2. What a lap for Ron. You don't really get to see it from Ron much nowadays. With a semi-retired driver like myself, but he has put in a very, very nice lap there. He did get the toe off Macho to assist him, but doesn't take much away from it. It would still be front row with him. But well done to Ron. That's a good lap. Let's see where everyone else matches up to. We don't get to see Cameron, Dara, even probably Kieran or Aiden in this qualifying. I think they're just going for last to first challenges as such. And George, once again, he's backed off the lap, I think. He's just running high gears. Yeah, it's not burning any battery, so that lap is definitely gone. Kieran retires, so that is pretty much 3 major pole position contenders out. And starting from the back with Alex as well, starting from the back too, so maybe that 4. Maybe Lynx and Aiden as well will add to that. Just see if anyone else is still up. I think Larry could be on 1. Let's see. He's 2 tenths up in Sector 1. A very nice Sector 1 indeed by Larry. 1/4 of a second improvement on his previous lap attempt. Let's see what he does. But very nice in the chicane in 2nd gear. He's trusting the lower gears in his Alpine here as he rises over the hill into Spoon Corner. Let's see how well he takes that. It looks very good indeed for Larry. Almost goes beyond the limits, but he keeps it just within track limits there. Let's see where he matches up in Sector 2, and it looks very good. Half second up. This final Sector even more, and he goes on the marble, so this could cost him very much. But he's evaded it very well there. Here we go through the final corner. Where is he going to put him? Surely in the mix, so it's 0.7. It's just ahead of his former teammate Buller. Ron is out of the session. He doesn't think he could do any better than that 26.2 effort. And Larry is the remaining car on track on in laps. Everyone else about to go out for the final runs or going to sit in the garage. But at the moment, Ron looking very good. Unless the likes of Macho, Luca, Keke, Tom could do anything to take that away from Ron. We will see. You see Tom coming out on track. He'll be the first of the drivers to start their final flying runs. There's a massive yellow flag there. I think Larry's ran out of fuel, and he has. He's very much coasting back to the pits, and he's not going to get another run. It doesn't look like there's way too little time for him to get in and back out. And we have a massive train of cars running through the end of Sector 1, so you can see a lot of penalties crop up. We're definitely getting a restart now. Bullock Jack gets a 5-place grid pen. So let's just quickly see how many grid pens there have been. There's only 2, Macho and Buller, but yeah, it's enough to initiate a restart of that. And Bullock gets another 5-place grid pen. He's got to be careful. You don't want to be disqualified by the game. This has happened to me before. Around this very same section of track, where the game just gives you penalties and penalties for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And then he gets a 5-place grid pen. How many more are we going to get in this? But we go to Tom. Not Shazoo Tom, but Tom123. In his first race, also done in the number 67, and the Aston Martin car, massive snap of wheel spin coming out of the final chicane as he starts his first, well, he starts the first flying lap at the end of qualifying here. Very, very early entry into turn 2. Let's see how he goes through the S's here. And he's picking it very well. See how he tackles the end here as he flat through the final section of that. Going through to end sector 1, he is 100 down on his time, but there's plenty to make up the rest of the lap. Let's see what Zoo Tom can do. And he is 3 temps up. This is going to be a good lap for Tom. If he picks up everything from now on. He likes a Pepe maybe. Let's see what Macho does as well. Where's he going to put it? He's going to be 100th up, so it's not enough, and he validates, and he's very much just going to put it in the gravel there, and that's Macho's qualifying over. He's only going to be at a minimum, or maximum P2, let's say. And we see where Tom goes through sector 2. He is 5 temps up. He is on course for pole at the moment, is Tom. Let's go on board with the other Tom. Let's see where he puts it. He goes ahead of Buller. He goes P7, just behind Sean Larry. Let's see what Shazoo Tom will do. He exits the final corner, and what's it going to be? A 26 flat for Tom. And he ends Ron's potential chances of taking pole position. What can Luca do? He's 1 tenth up. He jumps up ahead of Macho, but behind Ron. Buller goes to P5, a 0.5 as well. Some good times coming in. Let's see what Zay does. He's 3 temps up. He could be in a shout, but he does not improve his position. He's going to remain P9. George is exact same improvement through sector 2. Let's see what he could do. Can he cap off the lap? He can't. And it looks like that's going to be the end of qualifying here. See where Pelly goes. I think Pelly could possibly get in between Tom, Zay and Sean Larry. The end of this lap, can he do it? And he does. I think that was P9. Yeah, it was P9 for Pelly. But it's Tom on pole with a very good lap. He knocks Ron off the top spot, but it's Ron on the front row. Can you believe that? Luca Rapace in 3rd, Macho 4th. Buller, really good qualifying for, I believe, he's a controller player, so that's a very good lap for this track. Keke P6, Larry P7, Tom P8, Pelly P9, Zay P10, and it starts to filter out in time as it goes down the order. I'm going to quickly get the order there. And we have the 6 drivers that decided to sit out qualifying and go for it at the back. But it will be a restart, that one. Oh, Wow, okay. Yeah, it's going to be a new lobby for this one, looks like. So we follow into that. So it'll be 5 or 10 minutes in between, but it's going to be a very interesting race, that's for sure. Oh, the weather doesn't look good. I've had a glimpse of it. We're starting with heavy rain, and then we're getting to the thunder and lightning for 2 slots. Heavy rain and light rain, and then 2 overcast to end the race. So it's going to dry up by the end of the race, I believe. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have a see. Right in. I am back. We are back. As the lobby is finally got underway. Unfortunately, we lost Dara, I believe. I don't know what happened to him, but he left the session in qualifying, then it DF'd his car, and now he can't join for the race. So we are getting underway now. As you see, the weather is going to be absolutely horrendous in this race, but it should make some interesting action in an instance, and maybe some different pace setters, never know. But it'll be a couple of minutes for everyone to get their setups and such. But yeah, it's very, very poor conditions set for the race. It's supposed to be thunderstorm-like conditions, pretty much set for the weather slots, and it should dry out by the end of the race, but there is a chance it might not either. But we'll see. We will see. And look at the weather, or look at the tyres. Everyone should be on the wets. They are indeed. And you just have a look at the back here with like Cameron Dowd, Kieran Humphries, Aiden Hurt, all starting at the back. P17, P18, P19, sorry. And then we have our opposite end of the grid. We have Tom, Ron, Luca Passa, Macho, Buller, Keke. And then you have the array of midfield drivers here at the moment. You can see some action for them. Pelly, George, even Sincerely as well, putting in some good results recently. You see something from Nick too in these conditions, and Lynx as well. He's good. Lynx is usually good in these conditions. He's also, I think, one of the ones starting from the back, or opted to start from the back. But anyways, as we will wait for the race to get underway. Don't know if there's a lot more I could really say. Oh, here we go. The race is getting underway. No timer. But here we go. 5 lights. And the Japanese Grand Prix is underway. And Tom gets a very, very hairy start. But Ron, is he going to get alongside him here? Going into turn 1, but he slots in behind Tom very defensively into turn 1. And there's AlphaTauri going wide. I think that was Buller Jat. He's losing places as we go through into the S's. There's another car going wide there. As the yellow flags break out, it is Wilson Silly drops all the way back to the back of the field here. But Tom leads away from Ron and Match. It's a Shizou 1-2-3 at the moment in this race. Keke up to 4th. Luca losing 2 places off the start. And just quickly get some data up here. Detailed the tyres. Here we go. And we have some action here. Is Cameron up the inside of a few cars, all very, very bunched up near the back of the field. Here we go into the hairpin. Oh, and there goes Buller. He's had a moment. He might have been tagged by one of the Red Bulls, I believe. But he has lost many places. He's now down to 17th. AlphaTauri, not a good start for either of the drivers. As George goes past Sean Larry, Sean Larry yields, but here comes Larry again. Is he going to come back? He's not, I believe, and he's been losing a lot of ground on this very first lap. Zay up to P6. Very good start for him. We'll quickly have a look at the positions. And Cameron and Kieran, look at them two. Cameron up 8 places, and here goes on outside of Sean Larry. Is he going to make the move work? Goes late on the brakes, and he gets across and he takes the place. Just Cameron Dowd is up to 10th, and there goes Kieran Humphries as well. The inside takes really good advantage from that. We see the Ferrari of George up ahead overtaking Pelly. We've seen a lot of movement across the field, and we're starting to see it slightly filter out. It's not so much close as it was on lap 1, but here we go. Tom 6/10 of Macho. Ron now in 3rd. Macho has made up another place. See how his pace turns out for the rest of this stint. But here we go. Cameron now on the back of Pelly, and next target for these two, Cameron and Kieran. These two absolutely made insane progress for just one lap. Oh, and is that Pelly has had a big moment on the grass there, and Kieran's going to follow up the inside as well. But who's going to get the better exit here, Pelly or Kieran? And Pelly's going to keep the place from Kieran here. But let's see if Kieran tries to make anything. There's a yellow flag there, just wondering what that was. But yep, Kieran just have to slide behind Pelly for the time being. Meanwhile, Zay up to P5. He's made up ground on Luca Rapasso. Luca Rapasso not having a good start at all. He's dropped 3 places from P3 on the grid. Probably not used to the wet weather conditions so much as he is dry. Completely new adaptability for him, as Tom here leading this massive pack. And there's that Luca in the pits actually. Is that a pan? No, not pan. Wing damage possibly for Luca Rapasso. We'll have a look here. And Cameron's not going to get Tom into turn 1. It does seem, and it is a wing for Luca. Doesn't look like Zen plate damage, just might be fundamental damage for Luca Rapasso, but the damage obviously too much. He's losing too much pace, and he's going to go for a wing change and come out in P19. Let's see what he does here. With the top 3 currently making gains, edging away from the pack. As yellow flag, and that is Nick dropping down the field there. He is down into P14 now, having somewhat of a moment. Cameron Dowd's past Tom, and now it is Kieran. Next one to make a move, I believe. And there's only 2 drivers that have not moved from their starting positions, as we say at this moment in time. It's Pelly and Tom, P1, P9. They have not gained or lost. Well, you can't really gain from pole, but Pelly's held his own pretty much in the midfield here. A lot of losses near the back, obviously, with the 2 AlphaTauris, Luca as well. But we'll see what Aiden could do as well. He's going to be the next one to have a go on Pelly. Cameron is gaining on Zay, which is his gateway to the top 3. And we're going to go to the front here is Keke. Oh, we might have been too far there, but there goes Keke. I think Keke's just made a move on Ron. They go side by side into the S's. And Keke has just made the move on Ron. I think he might have taken the outside into turn 1. He's made it stick as he moves up into P4. And Sincerely's out. I think that it might be in the pits, unfortunately for him. And his race is over in just 3 laps. It's a shame for him. The AlphaTauri and Luca Rapasso both having a very big struggle to start this race in the VSC. And what can out is Alex. Alex crashing out at the end of the S's. FRC Alex running in, I believe, P13 has crashed out and has brought out a virtual safety car, which neutralises the race entirely. Let's see. We have a little break for the drivers here. Let's focus on the Delta rather than the pace setting. But now that's not good news for Cameron. That might extend the gap here. Zay losing tons of time to the front runners there. 7 seconds. That's a full course safety car. I didn't even notice the safety car come out there, but it's a full course safety car. So everyone will make their way to the back of the train, the safety car. We'll see who pits as well. Could be damage, like damage throughout the field for some people. They might have just been extending it, but yeah, here we go. Let's see who pits. Don't think anyone will, to be honest. It's quite early, but it's Kieran in the pits. Kieran going for something here. Aiden also follows in. I don't know if that was a good tactic for Red Bull. They've lost out massively. Aiden is going to fall all the way behind. Everyone just came in behind him. But it's a good pit time still for Aiden, and he's not too bad. He only lost 3 places. That's not too bad. If he had damage, or no, it couldn't be damage. It must have been just tyres, I believe, for Aiden. But there you go. They'll all filter out. Not losing too much time, to be fair. Macho, one of the top runners to pit as well. He is in P7 now. And really, with only 3 laps of wear on the tyres, is it really worth it to pit? Was there really that much tyre wear? Or is it just to guarantee the tyres will make it to the dry weather whenever that comes? I've only just started. Sorry, I only just started reading the comments there. Hi, Jim. It's always nice to see you about in the streams here in PSGO everywhere. You did indeed cook, Ron. What were you eating? What were you eating for qualifying? That was a nice moment for Ron. It's a nice moment to see him get the front row. Still in P3. It's not too bad. I think Jim would be happy with Cameron's progress too, up to P5 at the moment. But obviously, with the tyre deficit, could be a massive play here for the rest of the race. It's only lap 5. Still another 20 laps of racing coming up. And there goes George again, comes into the pits. So he re-pits. Is that damage? It is damage. Front wing change for George. Is that contact on that lap? Or was that a front wing that didn't get repaired when he wanted to? Either way, it comes out, he's going to be last on the track. Team don't repair wing. Ah, that's a shame for you there, George. At least you have the freshest tyres of everyone. You have the best chance of getting it to the dry conditions anyways without punctures. But yeah, that's not very fun when that happens, when the team forgets to change a front wing, which is obviously letting you down many downforce points. As George catches up, we'll see how this restart takes effect here. The brand new tyres by the majority of the field, I wonder how much of a pace advantage I'm really going to have. I know a few might not have as much, but the likes of Macho and Kieran, they should be the fastest drivers on the track. If the deck differences are correct. Anyways, it's time for a restart, I believe. It should come in this lap. See if George catches up in time. And I don't think it matters there. George will catch up to the back of the train. And surely it'll come in now. Maybe not. There we go. And it does come in. Back up a little bit, so it's not really much room for the restart here. There's the restart. Tom and Keke. I think they've executed that perfectly there. 1 second gap to Ron as they go into turn 1. Ron also got half second to Zay, and Cameron, I'm sure he wanted to get past Zay, but he doesn't in the end. He's going to have to hold back for a little while longer. But he is over the back of that Mercedes rear wing. is the Alpine. But as the leaders come through, Tom 7 tenths to Keke. A very nice restart for the Haas boys there. As Cameron, he makes a move through the end of the S's. He just has so much more confidence than Zay. And he makes the move and he jumps up into P4. And Zay pulls over. Was that on traction or did he just lose it there? And there goes Tom up the inside. And there's Macho, he's following the two. Is he going to have better traction than both of them? Oh, and Zay has a big moment. He makes contact with Kieran. And Kieran just about survives that, fortunately. And here we go. Oh, they're all so close. There's a very dangerous section of the track to run side by side. But Kieran has made it work. And that's George has gone as a safety car. Is that George and Buller? Maybe? That might be a front wing gone for one of them. Not for George, but it's for Buller. Buller has lost his front wing. Something has happened. The safety car out before even the first lap of green flag racing after the last safety car was even finished. Anyway, so see who pits. Any of the leaders will pit? No, they won't. They're going to extend those tyres for as long as they can. And this safety car is looking more and more the right decision for the likes of Macho and Kieran. Kieran is stuck in P7. He obviously got tagged by the Mercedes of Zay there. And Zay in for new tyres. It might be a new wing as well, maybe. If he was struggling with the front end downforce. Or something was bothering his wing. But yeah, Kieran's got that one car in between that he's going to have to get through. That'll be a pivotal car to get through as well. Because thereafter, it is not going to be easy to make any moves on those top 5. Macho, Cameron, Ron, Keke and Tom, they're going to not hold anything for Kieran. So another safety car, be another lap with this safety car, and then we should be back to green flag racing. I'll be back one moment. So welcome back. I've just returned after getting something to eat. Might as well in these situations. Anyways, safety car should be in this lap. We get back to green flag racing once again. Let's see if the two ass boys, Tom and Keke, can replicate the restart that they did previously. But now they've got a bit more pressure on their hands here. They've got Cameron right within this little scrap. They've got Macho and Kieran very much there also. We'll see what Tom does. I believe he'll be going out the chicane, and Luca Rapace gets 5-second penalty for collision with crowding. So he's either going to serve that when he next pits, or he's going to be having that added on at the end of the race. And Tom goes very late. Very late. Becomes a bit more predictable, but he still gets a clean restart. And look how close it is behind here. Who is going to be where? And there goes Macho. He's going to go through all of them. Kieran's up the middle. He's not going to get there, though. He's going to be forced backwards. And he's going to be stuck behind in P6. It's all so close. And Ron, he's falling backwards there as he just holds on against Kieran. But Macho, he's took full advantage of that restart. He's going to be the quickest car on track here. He's going to have the best opportunity to get the lead. As Buller has had a moment, he is now down to last once again. Hopefully he does not have damage, and I believe he's alright. He is. Here we go. See what Macho does. Surely he's going to go for a move on Keke into the hairpin. Keke goes defensive. And it's going to force Macho around the outside. Can he hold a gap? He can't. He is hung out to dry by Keke. Let's see what Keke does. Keke is going wide. Inside, defensive into Spoon. Surely the outside won't work through Spoon. He tries it. He goes wide. Does Macho tries to come back on track. But he's keeping there. And in the end, he just has to slot behind Keke there. And I think if he made a move there, it was being off track. Or deemed off track. And he's up the inside as Macho. There's nothing Keke to do. Keke has gone wide. And he's lost 3 places in one corner. And Macho up to second. Cameron is now right in the middle of this pair. Tom, there's nothing much he can do other than do the best he can, be as quick as he can. Here comes Kieran. Inside of Cameron. Cameron gives the space and he goes off doing so. And that is Cameron down to 4th. And those older tyres are just not working for these guys. Aiden up to 6th. He is doing very well on those tyres. Zay is in 9th on the 3-lap old wets. He's got the freshest of the lot. And he is probably going to be the quickest of the lot. As he has made so much progress from where he came out. I think it was like P15. But now he is up to P9 over the back of Lynx. Let's see what he can do. Meanwhile, Aiden, the next car ahead for him is Keke, sitting in the lead of the Drivers' Championship, 4 points ahead of the race leader Tom. At the moment, he's going to be trailing Tom by a good 14 points as we leave Japan. So he needs to make an impact quick and fast. Let's see what he does though. Will he make a move on Keke into 130R? Keke's going to go defensive. Does he leave Aiden enough space? Aiden goes wide. He's not going to make the move, but he's going to try and look at the inside, but he can't. Keke loses the back end there. The grip is just not there for those wet tyres. Surely they're going to box at some point. Surely they know that they've got a box. They're just delaying it as much as they can. But Aiden up into P5 is Tom and Macho. There you go, side by side. Tom is holding on to everything. Into turn 2. Is he going to keep the lead of the race? Macho is on the inside here, but he's going to have to back out a little bit. He's going to go around the outside. He's made the move work. Macho is into the lead of the race. Tom couldn't hold on enough. The tyres are really dropping off here. As Kieran is all over the back of Tom as well. Look at Tom, he's all over the place. So is Kieran. They make a little bit of contact. Kieran's forced to back out. And there goes Cameron and Aiden. Cameron forcing Aiden, hanging him out to dry onto the gravel. And it's not going to be a move for Aiden there. But here comes Kieran. He is looking at every opportunity on Tom here. What can he do? Surely we'll see a pit at some point. Surely they're waiting for the intermediate conditions on those wet tyres. When Tom does pit, it will be for inters. Sometime in the next few laps, I reckon. It definitely looks drier than it has previous laps. But Macho, he is leading by 1.3 seconds. It's good for him, but Kieran's on the outside. And it's going to be a move through 130R. Is he going to hold on? He can't. Tom gives just enough room. But he can't make it work. And Cameron, they make a little bit of contact. Cameron and Kieran. Cameron on the outside. Tom trying to get Cameron to fight him here. Just to protect him a little bit longer. But he can't get Kieran into the... or out of the final chicane. And there comes Aiden on the outside of Kieran. Let's see what move hangs on here. Is he going to hang on? No, he's not. He can't. He's just going to be hanging out to dry again. And they go side by side through. Yes, it's just Kieran and Tom, but it's just too much grip for Tom to handle there. And there goes Kieran up into P2. The pit stop has worked a treat. The pit stop was the right way to go. Ron down in P11. Just shows how much damage has happened there. Keke is down in P8 behind Lynx. Nick has got a penalty. Ron's out of the race. Ron has crashed, and there's a safety car. There's a full course safety car. It says a virtual, but it is a full course safety car. And I think Tom's happy he's seen that, because now he's going to be protected a little while longer. Not even protected, he's now attack once again. Surely he's going to be in the pits. Surely Macho and Kieran are going to be in the pits as well. I can't see it any other way. But what are they going to pit for? Surely they're going to pit for intermediates? Give it a go? Or brand new full wets? Just to survive this period of weather? Who knows what's going to happen, but for some reason it's not updated to a full safety car. I mean, it is a full safety car though. It just said virtual, but you see the safety car. There you go, updates. And now let's see who boxes, who doesn't, who is going to make the risk here. This is too close to the changeover. Surely it'll be inters for everyone. As Macho, surely will be in the pits. He does. And expect a new set of inters to be sitting there in the Alfa Romeo pit crew. Surely the same for the Red Bull pit crew as well. Let's see what Kieran jumps onto. And it's a new set of wets. New set of wet tyres for Kieran. Macho onto the inters. So this is going to be very shaken up here. Cameron on inters. Tom on inters. Has Kieran made the wrong call going on to a brand new set of full wets? Or has he made a genius plan? Everyone is very much split. Zay on brand new wets. Lynx brand new wets. Aiden on brand new wets. And you have half the field also on brand new intermediates. It is insane. Looking at this, you have 5 brand new wet runners and you have 10 brand new intermediate runners. And of course, Sean Lowry, you stayed out on the wets. This will only work for Sean Lowry if the wet tyres are still the quicker tyre. If not, then it could be a grave mistake for Sean Lowry. But he has got the advantage over the likes of Kieran, Zay, Lynx and Aiden. I'll take track position over tyre age at the moment. So then, once again, another safety car is about to end here. It's the third safety car of the race. Hopefully, it'll be one of the last, because obviously we want to see more racing than just following a boat of an Aston Martin. But anyways, Sean Larry is going to be leading the restarts. First time he's led for a good while, that's for sure. Someone who's never won a HOR race. He's been on the podium many times in the past, and he's gone very, very early. Let's see if the wet tyres can hold on against the rest here. As Sean Larry goes, he got 6 tenths over Macho. Let's see if the intermediate tyres can hold on to the wet tyres, or can the wet tyres even hold on to the inters. Let's see, but at the moment, look at Macho. He's got so much grip already. But look at Kieran. Kieran has even more. He's looking at the inside of Macho here, and there's only 2 ways they could go. And Kieran's going to go all the way around the outside. Can he do it? He can't. Macho's pinned behind Sean Larry here. And there goes Kieran. He's looking for a gap on Degner too. And it's... oh, no. And that is a silly misjudgment there, I think, from Kieran. Oh, and there's a big yellow flag. Macho might have been forced to let the position go. And that's allowed Tom back up into second place. But Kieran got probably a little bit too overeager with the overtakes there. Might have saw a move, but in the end, it did not work. Tom is now up into P2. Let's see the real comparison between the inters and the wets. And it sure looks like the wets are still quicker. But for how much longer? Running in P4 as well as Zay. Zay, he's all the back of Macho. He is running very well in these wet conditions. He's obviously had a few hiccups, and look at that move. What a brilliant move that is from Zay. Is he going to make it stick on Macho? And he has. And the wets are definitely quicker than the inters, that's for sure. Look at the grip advantage they've got. But Zay, either way, what a move. He's just pulled off. But has he finalised it? He has, just about. And look at Macho over the back there, make a little bit of contact. But Zay has made it up to P3. It'll be interesting. We'll see what the track looks like. It definitely looks drier than it has for a while, but the wets are still the quicker tyre at this current time. The inters, they are probably 2 seconds a lap slower maybe, but they are getting much closer. Maybe tyre temps. That could be the thing, the tyre temps. It's a lot easier to keep the wet tyres in temperature. But the inters, they're just struggling to keep any temperature at all. But here comes Tom. He's keeping the gap to Kieran. So, looks like the inters are actually starting to find their pace just a little bit. And Zay, who was all over the back of Tom almost, he is now dropping a little bit further back, as he would like. Kieran left this lap with, I believe, a 1.1 second gap. Or it might have been different, maybe, I do not know, but seems like the gap has just stayed the same throughout that entire lap. But Kieran now, he set the fastest lap, so obviously something, it's not different, is it? Don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, Zay, he still seems to be holding on, but obviously the wets, they're looking the grippier tyres. Aiden makes a move on Macho, makes it stick. Here comes Lynx as well at the inside. Takes full advantage of that. Macho trying to hang on the inside, but he just can't. But is he? No, he can. Gets the exit back, and he's made the move back, and he's up into P6 once again. Let's see what happens. There's a Haas of Keke. Something's just happened there. I think he tried sneaking the nose in and it just didn't work. Oh, and something might be wrong for Keke there. Of some sort, but he's slow out there and he's getting swamped by everyone. And it's looking like a race to forget for Keke there. As Cameron Dowds, look at that, Cameron Dowds is now making progress here. He's made a move on Zay through 130R. Wow. Don't see a lot of moves through there, but looks like Cameron Dowds pulled it off. And look, Kieran is in the pits. This must be for intermediate tyres. The wets have finally started dying off. The Inters have finally found their pace. Tom obviously gained probably half a second that lap. So in the end, the gamble for wets have just not paid off for anyone. It was just not enough time. And Kieran down to P12 now, and he's going to be very unhappy with that. And there goes Keke again. Keke now down to 12th. In fact, Sean Lowry's still out on those set of wet tyres that he led the safety car from. Aiden down to P15, and this is not going to be a night to remember. He did opt to start from the back, but it's not particularly worked well for him either way. But Tom, though, looks like they're going to carry those Inters to the end of the race, but it looks like it's going to be a battle of the two, Tom and Cameron Dowds, for the race win. I don't see it any other way at the moment. Macho should pick up P3 at the moment. And then the gap just plateaus down the field. Kieran is going to have some mega pace on brand new intermediate tyres. Surely he's going to let Luca pass very shortly. And we're going to have a look at Macho. I think Macho is eyeing up a move on Zay. Zay might be pitting this lap, surely. But he doesn't. Zay is staying out. I think he's going to hang these wets out to dry and go to the dry tyre when it does dry out. But is it going to dry out, though? Is it even going to dry out at all? Not even going to dry enough for the dry tyres. It might deliver the Inters to a peak period, but it's not going to be dry enough, I don't think. But look at Cameron. Cameron has been putting in some brilliant pace. Started last in this race. Disqualified himself from qualifying to start at the very back, and now he's up to second. Half a second off Tom here. The two Shazoo men embroiled in a little battle of their own. Let's see who will come out on top between these two come the end of this race. I don't really have money on any of them, to be honest. It is too close to call at the moment. As the yellow flag in sets one, that's Nick. He's had a moment. Oh, and he's lost the back end again. And once you've lost it once, you lose it again and again and again. The tyres just don't hold on at all. And that's a shame for Nick there. He's going to be coasting in P15. And Keke on brand new Inters, so obviously it might have just been the tyres. He might have done something to the tyres that caused him to do that. He still looks out of shape. But anyways, we go back to the lead battle here. Cameron Dowds on a fastest lap. Macho fastest lap. Cameron Dowds is over the back of Tom here. It is 1.5 tenths, 1 tenth into turn 2. And Cameron is not going to make any move at all yet. He's not got any gap to go for. He needs to be near enough on the gearbox or even alongside any bit somewhat to even make a move for the lead here. We've got 7 laps to go of this race. Macho set the fastest lap behind these two. And he, for sure, looks like the quickest driver on the track right now. Let's see if he can make any ground on these two. And obviously a big victim from the Kieran and Sean Larry incident, having to give up the places because of the yellow flags. And that cost him to both Tom and Cameron, and that's why he is down in third rather than fighting right at the front of these two. But here comes Cameron, he is burning the battery here. We're about to see a full zone assault into the final chicane. Here we go, who's going to go where? Tom on the inside, Cameron on the outside. Cameron's going to try and hold on around the outside. Oh, and Cameron's going to do it, but Tom is going to hold on the outside as well in the second part of the chicane. They're going to go wheel to wheel. It's like Alonso and Vettel over again as they go across the line here. They're going wheel to wheel all the way down the straight. It's like Mansell and Senna in 91. And there goes Cameron. He's going to hold around the outside. Tom's going to hold the inside. And it's still going side by side. But Tom holds on to the lead of the race. What a fantastic little battle that was. And Tom Roberts just holding on against the full assault of Cameron there. That was unbelievable between the two. Great racing. It's always what we like to see here. And Cameron is still over the back here. We're going to see it again happen. It's going to see it happen again, aren't we? And let's see Tom and Cameron going up into the chicane. Oh, and Cameron looking around the outside here. He saw a gap. He's open, gone for it. And Tom is going to hold on once again. This is the defence of Tom's life at the moment. He is still in the lead of the race. But there goes Cameron on the outside once again. Cameron is attacking at every possible opportunity. Macho is closing in the gap because of this. This is unbelievable racing. I'm glad it's not a ball fest. Just drivers going out to do their own things. And here comes Cameron again on the outside of Tom. Through 130R, they both give each other space. This is brilliant. And Cameron's going to go up the inside this time. Tom, and he's going to start in behind. And Cameron has finally made the move into the lead of the race. But Tom is going to come right back at him down the straight. He's going to burn his battery down the straight. He's got the slipstream on him as well. Here we go, into turn one. He's going to hold it on the outside. He can't. Cameron, he still gives space though, anticipating him to go around the outside, but he doesn't. And Tom is just going to have to slot him behind Cameron for now, unless he can launch an attack right back at him. Nick has had a few moments through sector one as they sets the fast lappy on brand new intermediate tyres. God, it's taking my breath away there. But yeah, brilliant stuff for those two. And in the end, it's now Cameron leading the race, and he's starting to find the gap here, and he's going to have to, because Tom is going to have to set up his second defence against Macho, who is right there behind the two. I did say that, but Tom has kept relatively close to Cameron here. It's still 5/10. And we look at the battery. Cameron is out of energy. Tom has just got a little bit more. They're both burning here. And Nick is out the race and he's crashed at 130R. Crashed at 130R is Nick, I think. Or is that 130R? It might have actually been in sector 1. No, it was 130R. Never mind. Yellow's at 130R, so I guess it was. But here comes Tom. He's still going to go at it for the third lap running. And Tom's going around the outside into turn one. Is he going to make it work this time? Tom clears Cameron into turn two. And he's made another brilliant move. Has Tom Roberts. And he's gone back up into the lead of the race. And Cameron is doing all he can to get back. What a brilliant scrap between these two. What a show they bring on for us here at Suzuka. And Macho is, all he could do is just watch these two from 1.4 seconds back. He's got a nice energy advantage, but what can he do? I mean, not close enough. But here we go. Here comes Cameron again. He's going to look on the outside, or maybe the inside for the hairpin. He's going for the outside though. Tom covers the inside line, and he's going to cover the exit too, so Cameron can't switch back, and in the end it's going to be Tom holding off just for the time being. But it's going to carry on again. Cameron looking the outside again, putting Tom offline through Spoon, and Cameron looking up the inside as well, but there's no real opportunity there. How about into the chicane once again? Does he get a run? The slipstream, very powerful from either driver. They're both starting to save a little bit more battery. They're not pushing it all here. Macho is pretty much on par with both of them, but here they go, side by side again. Tom covers it off very nicely indeed. He does not give Cameron the opportunity to go around the outside, but Cameron gets the exit to look for the inside, but Tom straight away cuts across to cover it. We're on lap 25 here, no safety cars, you're going to ruin this one. Green flag all the way to the end. Cameron looking around the outside, he can't do it though. And Macho's over the back of these two now, and it's going all the way down to the final laps here. Is Macho going to play this smart, save the battery and get them both while they're not taking attention at him, or is he going to go for a full turn attack for these last two laps? Let's have a look here. Kieran, he's putting in some brilliant pace. He's only 7.5 seconds behind after having to pit for the Inters after not making the wet tyres work, but he's made a brilliant recovery up to P4. Good job by him. But meanwhile, we'll go on board with these top three here. Just a couple of close battles on track, but this is the main one we have to look at here as we go through Spoon once again. Tom has got a bit more of a gap this lap, this time around than previous times. So Cameron, I don't think he's able to make a move into the chicane. No snaking through into the final chicane, and as he come out of the final chicane, 2 laps to go. Tom is sneaking across the straight here. He's pulling to the inside. Let's see where Cameron goes. Cameron looking around the outside again. He holds Tom offline by doing so, but that doesn't give him the opportunity to pass, but it keeps him right there. Does it? And is that someone on the dry tyres? It is. It's Kieran on the dry tyres. Interesting call for Kieran here. Is it? And DRS is enabled. Dry tyres allowed a quicker tyre, but I don't think the top 3 of this pit are they. It's going to be the Inters all the way to the end, but can Kieran pull off a master stroke? Have enough pace to catch these 3? I don't think he can, but surely get close. We only have 1.5 laps left of this race. Kieran has 28 seconds to catch up, and going through the remainder of the S's, he's not doing enough. He can't do enough. Maybe it was a mistake to pit, but look at the track, it's bone dry. The track is bone dry. I did not notice that. It's dried up very quickly, but it's not going to be worth pitting for 20 seconds. You're going to lose 20 seconds of the pit stop here. Here comes Cameron. Cameron's looking for the outside. It's the last possible opportunity. DRS is enabled. Remember that. Macho might have crossed there first. So this is going to be anyone's race in the final lap here. Who's going to hit DRS? And off they back off. And it was only Tom. No, it's only Cameron who gets the DRS. Cameron is going to hold on to P1 here. Macho uses the toe to get through into P2. And Tom's going to try and hold on the inside, but he can't. And he drops down to 3rd in just a matter of corners. And he's going to be really annoyed with that one, is Tom. Cameron played the DRS perfectly. He led out of the final chicane. He got the DRS from the previous couple of corners. And you might have this very nicely to the end of the race. Kieran is not getting enough. This looks like the top 3 order that's going to be by the end of this lap. Cameron, Tom, Macho, what brilliant fights by these 3. They've put on a heck of a show here at Japan. And Cameron is making his way now to Spoon Corner for one final time as you head up to 130R. Can Tom get close enough? It looks like they're all too far apart from each other here, and their tyres are starting to overheat in somewhat different ways, but Cameron's held his nerve here. He's put on a brilliant display of battles, so has Tom Roberts. But as he comes through the final chicane, he's played his cards perfectly, has Cameron Dowds, and he's going to come across the line to win in Suzuka from last to first. And Cameron Dowds wins in Japan. Tom takes second. Macho slowing down at the line there, but he takes third. Maybe an issue with Macho there. I don't know what happened there. George comes in fourth. Pelly in fifth. Good result for Pelly there. Kieran recovers all the way to sixth. He gets to fast lap 2. In the end, a loss of only 2 points for pitting for the dry tyres there. But it was a nice attempt to try and get back, see if he had enough pace, but it wasn't enough in the end. Zay, Tom, Luca Rapassa, Aiden Hurt, only P10. And he will lose the championship lead to Tom Roberts as Kieran leaves the session, but he will be classified P6. And Sean Lowry, a bit of a rough race for him after the third safety car, staying out on the wet tyres, and in the end it's going to only be P14 for him, unfortunately. But what a race. That was brilliant by everyone there. Driver of the day for Cameron Dowds. I think that's pretty accurate there. I'll give him driver of the day for that performance. But there you have it. Very, very interesting Japanese Grand Prix. And yeah, not too much to say about it. It was really those final 10 laps that kept us all on the edge there. I think there's not really much else. You had the safety car restarts, obviously, you had the incidents down the field, but those battles, Tom and Cameron, drivers of the day, in my opinion. But there's the results. Cameron, race win, I think his 4th HOR victory, no, 6th HOR victory it must be, I think. Cameron Dowds wins. Tom P2, and he makes his way back up to the top of the championship with 3 races to go. Macho in 3rd, George 4th, Pelly 5th, Zayn P6 or P7 with Kieran P6 for the fastest lap. And as the field goes down, quickly get both screens. Yep. That was it. Good race by everyone there. See if we get interviews. Might do interviews. Cameron wants an interview, so I guess we will interview the top 3, which would be all 3 of my Shizou teammates. So yeah, it's always nice. Absolutely no bias on that. Just need to find Macho as well. And we'll get these guys in. Cameron. Yep, there we go. Get top 3 in for a little chat after a very incredible battle there. I think reminiscent of many battles in the past, you could see. As we speak, of those battles, we have our race winner, Cameron Dowds, from last to first. Driver of the day performance for yourself, and an absolutely insane battle with Tom for I think like 5 laps straight. Talk us through that.
Well, the race itself, the opening lap was really good. I think I made up like 8 or 9 places on the first lap, so that was quite nice, and it made it a bit easier then for the rest of the race, because I just kind of had to pick the rest off one by one. And then I think when I got to 4th, then my progress just kind of slowed down, because naturally the top 3 were quite a lot quicker than what I was going up against before. And then, yeah, it was a really fun battle with Tom after that. We had a really good battle for quite a few laps. And then Macho joined in, and it kind of saved me because the DRS got enabled. And then they were like neck and neck with each other, so neither of them got DRS, and it gave me DRS, and I just got to kind of drive away on the last lap. But yeah, it was a really good race, and I'm very happy with how I drove.
Yeah, it was a very good, very, very good race from you there. But you two started battling very, very early on, like lap 21 or so. But did you notice Macho, or did you know about Macho closing in? Were you aware of it at the time?
We were all at a party, so we kind of just knew that Macho was coming. But yeah, I thought he'd just kind of win, just because of his he was on like terrorist wings, so I just thought he'd kind of ruin us. But he didn't, so that's good.
Yeah, that final, like going into the final chicane on the penultimate lap, battling for DRS. I think Macho just went too far ahead there. I think it was Macho and Tom were side by side, and you were the only one with DRS, and you ended up being ahead out the final chicane, pulling away from them. So you absolutely timed that perfectly in that respect. But overall, congratulations. That race took my voice away, for sure. You and Tom took my voice away for that one. But yeah, enjoy your evening, and of course, well done on a well-deserved race win.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done to Cameron. We'll be moving on to Macho, I believe. I think it's only Cameron Macho.
Yeah.
What could have been for you, Macho? I think I'd say you got really unlucky many places in that race, especially when Kieran made that, I think it was contact with Larry into the Degners, and you seemed like you forced to let everyone through. From that, talk us through how that escalated.
That wasn't ideal, but to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what I could have done differently there. To be honest, like silly Sly guy was down inside, and he just. I think the other guy turned in, spun him around, had to avoid it all. Happy that I didn't get damaged and I stayed in the race, to be honest. So all good on that one.
Yes, in the end, you end up about 3 seconds behind Cameron and Tom before they started battling. So, given that, do you think you could have planned yourself a bit better? You could have planned yourself if you were still leading the race a bit better. You could have avoided all that, maybe pull away from them. Because you look like you had the best pace.
There was never gonna be me pulling away because I was on absolute criminal wings. I was like 10 wings lower than everyone, just for the bands, and it paid out, I guess, on the wets, but on the inters it was really fucking terrible. I'm not allowed to say that, but it was terrible. Yeah, and then I'm happy that they fought ahead, so I got back into it. On the last lap, I all of a sudden became like stupid or something. Forgot that I changed my upshift again, so like I tried to upshift, but it didn't work. I don't think it would have made a difference, but it definitely like cost me like what, maybe 4 tenths. Maybe I would have stayed ahead of Cameron. Who knows? Anyway, he got deserved victory from last to first with his mobile hotspot. If Jim is still watching, man, that needs to be fixed, man. Anyway, yeah, it was really good fun.
Yeah, good recovery to P3 in the end anyways. I'm sure you'd be happy with that. I mean, it was P2, but it seemed like I had a problem with some sort, or slowed down at the line. I had a really big
problem on the end, yeah. I don't know what happened, like, the handbrake just came on the car, and yeah, that happened, so, yeah.
Understandable. But it's also a big question going into the final lap. Obviously, you lot were like almost three abreast going into the final chicane. Did you know about the DRS? Obviously, you're on the intermediate tyres still. So
Yeah, I did, but
where
I
did you
didn't
forget
think it
about
through. No, I didn't think it through, to be honest. I just went through like 130R. I just sent it, and then all of a sudden, like the two ahead are braking. I was like, oh, fuck me. And then I might have actually had a chance to stay ahead if I like did the right upshift, because I had quite criminal wings, but I didn't. Cameron won. That's about it.
I mean, in the end, still P3. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll take it, man.
podium for your lot.
Shizu 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, big congratulations for your P3. Obviously, congrats to Cameron for the win, and obviously Tom, even though he's not joined us, for the second place. But yeah, we'll be back for more action at Qatar. I don't know if there'll be a stream or if there's space to race. You know, there probably won't be a stream, but if it's another full grid like today, it's always nice. Might get some more commentary going again. It'll be a good little race at Qatar. Always puts on a good one. But yeah, until the next time, guys, we will speak again. Goodbye.